Good morning, one and all. I am Dr. Manoj Kumar NV, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Management Sciences, Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. So today I am going to be solve the problem in the subject mergers, acquisitions and corporate restructuring, respect to module 3. So the subject code is 18 MBFM 401. So today we are going to be solve the problem on EPS. So hope all you know that in the mergers and acquisition, calculation of post-merger EPS is most important one. So where we are going to be evaluate whether it is higher than the pre-merger or it is high in the post-merger. So based on that we can easily take the decision to go for the business combination. So let's shall we start with the problem. Here there is a company called ABC and XYZ. So ABC company is going to be acquired the XYZ Limited. So the particular information which they provided in the problem is where they have given the particular information regarding to the earning after tax they given and earning per share they given, and also they given the PE ratio in times. So price earning ratio, so they given in the times. So for ABC Limited, they given that the PAT is 25 lakhs and for XYZ they given the PAT is 5 lakhs. And the EPS they given is rupees 5 for ABC and rupees 2.5 for XYZ, and PE ratio they given 8 times and 6 times for ABC and XYZ Limited. So now we are going to be evaluate whether these merger which yield a better EPS or not. So where here we are going to be calculate the EPS of ABC Limited in the post acquisition. So therefore here we require to calculate post acquisition EPS for ABC Limited. And then we need to be calculate the equivalent EPS. Equivalent EPS for XYZ and the expected market price. We require to calculate the expected market price for ABC. So because this is we are calculating after post acquisition, and also we need to be calculate combined firm. We require to calculate combined firm market price per share. So therefore, we require market price, so we can consider that as a market value of the firm. So these are all the required calculation in this problem. So therefore, this type of the problem they are given for 10 marks in the exam. So first we require to calculate what is the post acquisition EPS. So you can see the problem here. We know that when we need a calculation of EPS formula, where EPS equals net earnings divided by number of shares. So in this case, the number of shares, they are not given in the problem. So therefore, first calculation we need to do on number of shares. So therefore, where we are going to be calculate. So this is the first calculation which is required as per the problem, because we require to calculate the EPS for the post acquisition EPS we need to determine. So therefore, we need a number of shares. So henceforth we are going to be calculate what is the number of shares in the existing identical form. So for number of shares, which is equals to, can take the PAT, profit after tax, they given in the problem, and as well as they given the EPS. So we can use profit after tax divided by earning per share to determine the number of shares for ABC and XYZ. So when we calculate it for ABC company, number of shares, so then it become, so the PAT they given for ABC is rupees 25 lakhs and the EPS they given is rupees 5. So therefore we are resulted with 5 lakh shares. So in the same manner we require to be calculated for XYZ. So XYZ, the number of PAT. So the PAT which they given in the problem is 5 lakhs and the EPS they given is 2.5 rupees. So therefore we are resulted with the 2 lakh rupees. So after this calculation, we need to know how many shares are to be issued by the ABC company to acquire the XYZ. So therefore, in the problem itself they given the exchange ratio. 1:2 is the exchange ratio. So therefore, here they given in the problem, exchange ratio is 1:2. So means what? One share is providing by the A company for 2 shares of XYZ. So therefore, the exchange ratio become 1/2. So therefore, the next calculation should be number of shares issued by ABC to XYZ, which equal to, where we require to calculate whatever the number of shares, existing number of shares are there in the XYZ Limited, we are going to be multiply with the exchange ratio. So therefore, the number of shares in XYZ into the exchange ratio. So where we are resulted 2 lakhs number of shares into 1/2. So the result will be 1 lakh shares. So hope you understand. So where here we know that the exchange ratio is 1/2. So therefore, whatever the existing number of shares are there in the XYZ Limited, ABC company is providing 1:2 is the exchange ratio. So therefore, the total number of shares which are available in the XYZ is 2 lakh and into exchange ratio is 1/2. So therefore we are resulted 1 lakh shares. So therefore the ABC company need to be issue 1 lakh shares to the XYZ Limited. So then we are moving to the calculation of the first one, post acquisition or post merger EPS. So for post merger EPS, where EPS post merger which is equals to, where we require to take the combined PAT so combined PAT divided by number of shares in ABC Limited plus number of shares which are going to be issued by ABC to XYZ. So here we are resulted the combined PAT, it is the total of the PAT of both the company. So therefore 25 lakh plus 5 lakhs. $25 lakh plus 5 lakhs divided by the number of shares which we calculated for ABC Limited is 5 lakhs. Plus the number of share which is issued by ABC to XYZ Limited. ABC to XYZ Limited, it is 1 lakhs. So therefore we are resulted with 25 lakhs plus 5 lakh is 30 lakhs divided by 5 plus 1 is 6 lakhs. So therefore we are resulted the post merger EPS is amounted to rupees 5. Hope you understand the calculation where we are take the consideration of the combined PAT of ABC and combined XYZ, and we require to take the number of shares which we calculated in A company is 5 lakh shares, and also we need to be take the consideration of number of shares which is provided by ABC company to XYZ Limited, so that is 1 lakh. So total it is 30 lakhs divided by 6 lakhs, and the post merger EPS which you are resulted rupees 5. Calculation should be, the third calculation should be on the equivalent EPS calculation. So equivalent EPS for XYZ Limited. So therefore in the post merger whatever we are resulted, so equivalent EPS of XYZ Limited which is equals to post merger EPS, post EPS into exchange ratio. So post merger EPS in the previous calculation we are resulted it is rupees 5, and multiply with the exchange ratio they given is 1/2. So therefore the equivalent EPS become 2.5 rupees for XYZ Limited. After that we have to calculate the post merger MPS. So here the post merger MPS which is equals to post EPS into the PE ratio. So post merger EPS as we resulted in the previous case it is rupees 5, and Here we are calculating the post-merger EPS for ABC Limited. Only for the acquirer we require to calculate the post-merger EPS. So where post-merger EPS, which is equals to the whatever the EPS we are calculated in the previous step, rupees 5, and P ratio of ABC Limited. So P ratio of ABC Limited, which we are resulted, they given in the problem, it is 8 times. So therefore we are resulted the market price per share is rupees 40. Rupees 40 become the market price per share. So after you calculate the market price per share, you can easily determine what is the post merger market value. Post merger market value, which is equals to the post merger EPS post MPS into the number of shares. So here the total number of shares, where you are going to be take the consideration of ABC number of shares plus ABC to XYZ. So therefore where the post EPS which we are resulted, it is MPS which is resulted rupees 40, and it is going to be multiplied with the number of shares in the ABC is 5 lakh shares, and number of shares in the XYZ is 1 lakh share. So therefore totally we got 40 into 6 lakhs. So therefore we are resulted 2 crore 40 lakh rupees. 2 crore 40 lakh rupees are the post merger market value of the firm. Hope you understand the calculation where we are calculated the equivalent EPS for XYZ Limited, where we take a consideration of whatever the post EPS and into exchange rate we are resulted the equivalent EPS for XYZ Limited as a target company, and then we are calculating the post merger MPS market price per share for ABC, because ABC is an acquirer. So where here we use the formula post merger EPS into PE ratio. So EPS will be 5 rupees as in the previous calculation, and they given the PE ratio in the problem, it is 8 times. So 5 into 8 is become rupees 40 is the market price per share for ABC Limited. Then we are calculating the post merger market value. So whatever we are calculating in the previous step as a market price per share, we are going to multiply with the total number of shares in the post acquisition. So therefore it's a combination of the existing shares in the ABC Limited plus whatever the share which the ABC company is going to be issued to the XYZ Limited. So total it becomes 6 lakhs. So 6 lakh into 40 we are resulted the market value of the firm is rupees 2 crore 40 lakhs. Then we are calculating the next second problem in the same chapter with respect to the EPS calculation, where it is between the Sun Limited and Moon Limited. So Sun Limited is going to be acquired the Moon Limited. So the information they provided in the problem is they given the PAT, profit after tax. So profit after tax they given is 1 lakh and 20,000, and the number of shares So in the previous case, number of shares they are not given. So we calculated we calculate the number of shares, then we move with the calculation part. But in this case, they only given the number of shares. So the number of shares which they provided is 50,000 and 50,000 shares and 20,000 shares. Then they also given the EPS. EPS is rupees 2 and rupee 1, and they also given the MPS. So the MPS which they given is rupees 20 and rupees 8. So these are the information which they are provided. So where here we require to be calculate the number of shares. So we need to determine what would be the number of shares which should be issued by Sun Limited to Moon Limited. Then second one, where we require to be calculate the PE ratio, because PE ratio they are not given in the problem. So therefore we require to calculate the PE ratio for both the company. And after you determine the PE ratio, then you require to calculate the post-merger EPS. And the next one is equivalent EPS. So equivalent EPS, so post-merger EPS for whom you are calculating for Sun and equivalent for Moon. Then next we require to calculate gain, post-merger gain we have to calculate for both the company. Gain or loss we require to calculate for both the company, and we require to determine the exchange ratio. So we have to determine the exchange ratio based on market price per share. So first here what we need to calculate here is the number of shares which issued by Sun Limited to Moon Limited. In the previous case, they have not given the number of shares for both the company. So therefore, first calculation we have done on number of shares calculation for individual firm. Then we are moving to the calculation of number of shares provided by Sun Limited to Moon Limited. So now, as per the first calculation, we require to take the consideration here. So here they given the exchange rate. So the exchange rate they given is 0.8 in the problem. So means what? For one share of Moon Limited, the Sun Limited is providing 0.8 share to the Moon company. So therefore, when we calculating the number of shares to Sun to Moon, by Sun to Moon, where we require to consider whatever the number of shares are there in the Moon Limited, it should be multiplied with the exchange rate. So the Moon Limited number of shares, here they given the number of shares are 20,000 and that should be multiplied with 0.8. So 20,000 into 0.8, it is 16,000 shares. Hope you have understood how to calculate the shares provided by Sun Limited to Moon Limited, where we consider the number of shares, existing shares in the Moon Limited, and it should be multiplied with whatever the exchange rate they are provided in the problem. Then the second calculation, it should be the P ratio, where we are calculating the price earning ratio. So P ratio, where we are using the formula EPS divided by, so MPS divided by EPS. So where we are calculating for Sun Limited, so Sun Limited, where the MPS they given in the problem is 20 and divided by 2, so P ratio become 10 times. For Moon Limited, the MPS is 8 and EPS is 1. So therefore the P ratio become 8 times. So always you must need to be mentioned the P ratio in times. After that we require to calculate as per the third one here, post merger EPS we need to calculate. So post merger EPS, where we are using the formula post EPS for ABC Limited, where it is resulted with the formula combined packed divided by the number of shares in ABC Limited plus the number of shares which are issued by ABC to number of shares in Sun Limited, then the number of shares in Sun Limited which is issued to Moon Limited. So combined pact, whatever the given pact here, so whatever the given pack here, 1 lakh for Sun and 20,000 for Moon, so therefore that become 1,20,000 divided by the number of shares which we calculated for Sun Limited, they only given it is 50,000 shares, and it is going to be added with the shares which are provided by Sun Limited to the Moon Limited. So Sun Limited to Moon Limited, which we calculated, it is 16,000 shares. So therefore 1,20,000 divided by 66,000, so that amounted to rupees 1.82 is the post merger EPS. So where you can understand here with respect to the combined pact of the two entity plus the acquirer number of shares plus whatever the share which is issued by acquirer to target, that is 16,000. So at the end we are resulted with 1.82. So then the fourth calculation will be on equivalent EPS. So equivalent EPS, which is equals to the whatever the post EPS value, post EPS into the exchange rate. So this is we are calculating for Moon Limited. Always the equivalent EPS which we require to be calculated for Moon Limited. So therefore the post EPS which we are resulted 1.82 and the exchange rate which they given in the problem is 0.8. So then we are resulted with rupees 1.456 is the equivalent EPS. Hope you understand this. Okay, then we are moving to the next calculation. So also we require to calculate the gain or loss at the fifth calculation. So in the calculation of gain or loss, where we require to calculate it for independent company. So first we require to calculate for Sun Limited. So in the Sun Limited, all of you know that the post merger. So the post merger value of the particular company, market value of the particular company, where they have a number of shares is, they have a total number of shares is 50,000 and they have a market value of 54.30. So when we calculate this, where we are resulted, sorry, 50,000 into 18.2, 18.20 is the market price, where we are resulted rupees 9,10,000. And from that we require to be less the pre-merger value. So pre-merger value, as they given in the problem, they have a 50,000 shares and the market price per share is 20. So therefore it is resulted with 10 lakhs. So therefore for Sun Limited, it is a loss, because the loss, it is negatively resulted. So therefore we can consider that as a loss. And in the same manner we require to calculate it for Moon. So Moon, we have to take the post merger value. So post merger value, where they have a 16,000 shares into 18.20. So that is amounted to rupees 2,91,200, and from that we require to be less the pre-merger value. So pre-merger, the Moon Limited, they have a 20,000 shares and the market price of the share is just rupees 8. So therefore we are resulted 1,60,000. So therefore here for Moon Limited it's a gain. So gain amounted to rupees 1,31,200. So then after we calculate it for the individual company, then we require to calculate for total gain. So total gain, we are going to be take the signs for the whatever the value which we are calculated in the previous step. So where the positive value which we resulted 1,31,200, and from that we are going to be less the negative value is 90,000. So therefore we are resulted with 41,200 rupees as a net gain from the particular activity. So also you can able to get to know that how we are determine the 18.2. So the 18.2 is the market value where we are resulted the expected. This is the working note, expected post merger MPS we require to be calculate. So that is where we are required to take the EPS into PE ratio. So MPS equals EPS into PE ratio. So where we are resulted, so here we require to know what is the P ratio as well as the exchange ratio. So first we require to know that it is the post merger EPS for ABC which we are resulted 1.82 rupees, and the exchange ratio is P ratio is 10 times, price earning ratio become 10 times, so therefore it become 18.2. So this is the working note which we have taken consideration as the market price here. So this is what the combined entity post merger MPS. So whatever the number of shares in the post merger, accordingly we are taken, and we are going to be take the consideration of the book price, book market price, and this is the actual market price which is calculated by this formula. And the last one which we require to calculate is, we require to calculate the P ratio, exchange ratio based on MPS. So here whatever we are resulted, the MPS 8. So here we require to take the MPS of ABC divided by MPS, not ABC, MPS of Moon Limited divided by MPS of Sun Limited. So MPS of Moon Limited which is rupees 8 as per they given the information in the problem, and the MPS of Sun Limited is rupees 20. So therefore the exchange ratio become 0.40 become a exchange rate for based on the MPS. So here you can notice that the whatever the exchange rate they given in the problem, it is 0.8, but when they are calculated based on the MPS, it is result as 0.4. So the Sun Limited, if they go for market price per share exchange rate, then it is going to be beneficial to the Sun Limited. So therefore you can see here Sun Limited reporting loss, and Moon Limited reported profit because of this, because as per they given in the problem the exchange rate is 0.8, but when we calculate it based on the MPS it is resulted 0.4. So therefore whatever the difference of 0.4, that is the gain which is reporting here. So therefore even though it is a loss to the Sun Limited, but for a combined entity they have the combination which is helpful to gain 41,200 rupees as a net gain from the combined entity through acquisition. Hope you understand well. So try to solve the problem, similar problem whatever you have in the question paper. So when you work on, you can easily understand how you can able to evaluate the mergers process through the EPS technique. Thank you one and all.